Good morning. Hope you slept well last night. I'm Dr. Ken Haas from Haas Wellness Centers, and I want to talk to you about sleep. When people come to us and they're having sleep difficulties, the first question I ask is, are you having trouble falling asleep or are you having trouble staying asleep? And the reason I want to know that is because there are basically two different neurological pathways and different neurotransmitters that you want to address. And knowing the difference is very helpful. Some people have problems with both. So in this video, I want to talk about falling asleep. The first part of this is that there's something called sleep hygiene, such as things like having a good bed and pillow, and the room's dark and quiet and that sort of thing. And certainly most people have considered those things, but if you haven't, you want to do that before you do anything else. Number two is caffeine. And a lot of people use caffeine. They drink coffee and tea and soft drinks and all kinds of stimulants. And so if anybody has a sleep problem, the first thing that you want to do is eliminate all stimulants, even if it's early in the morning. And that's really hard for a lot of people to stop using their morning coffee. And some people, I only drink 1 cup. Well, the thing that you need to know about caffeine is that it's run out of your body through a pathway in the liver, and some people's liver pathways are just slow or sluggish. Either they're genetically that way, or perhaps they have made their liver toxic, and for whatever reason, it's a good idea to just quit coffee ASAP. If that doesn't solve the problem, then we want to go to step two, and the next step is to try something that increases melatonin. So melatonin is the neurotransmitter that makes you go to sleep. It's something that's readily available, and it's pretty non-toxic. You can give it to little children. My youngest daughter has a brain injury and didn't sleep at all when she was a baby for more than 2 hours at a time. When we took her to a pediatric developmental doctor at Duke University, he looked at me and said, "Well, Ken, did you try melatonin?" And she was just about 2 years old. And I hadn't considered it. And he says, "Oh, yeah, you can use up to 50 milligrams, which I would never recommend anybody. Somewhere between 1 and 5 milligrams is a good place to start. And the less you use, the better." So I'd start with 1 to 3 milligrams. And it can take anywhere from 15 minutes to 2, 3 hours to take effect. And so occasionally people will tell me, "Well, I took it and it didn't do anything. I laid in bed for a while." And that's because you took it right before you went to bed. So it's a good idea to perhaps on a night when you don't have much going on or something the next day, a Friday or Saturday night, is after dinner, wait an hour and then take your melatonin and see how that works. And that's the first thing that I would look at. One step up from that is to consider whether or not you have enough serotonin in your body. And serotonin is a neurotransmitter that's associated with happiness and peacefulness and joy, you might say. People who are serotonin deficient tend to be depressed. If you have depression, even if it's mild, you could have a problem with your serotonin pathway. And the reason that's important is serotonin ends up breaking down to melatonin. So some people need to raise that serotonin pathway, and that's something that you should do with under some supervision, and we're happy to help you with that. Now, these neurotransmitters can also be assessed with laboratory tests, and these are things that we do occasionally in our office. And if you need more information, just call us. Our phone number is 704-837-2420, and check us out on the web at haaswellnesscenters.com. We'll see you soon.